Good morning, students. Continuation of chapter 5, partnership. Now, in the previous class, we saw about the rights and duties of partners. Okay. Now, today we'll see what are the liabilities of partners. You know what is a liability? Okay. Liability means we owe some amount to others. The business has to give some amount to the outsiders. The business is liable to the outsiders. Okay. Say for example, the business is getting a loan from the bank. Okay, for rupees 5 lakh. 5 lakh as loan. Loan is a liability because the business ABC Limited is liable to pay this loan to the bank in the future. So, business is liable to the bank for the loan. Okay. So, the liability of partner is unlimited. You have learned earlier in the characteristics of partnership. The liability of partner is unlimited, meaning that even the personal properties of the partners will be used to repay the debts. Okay. Now, joint and several liability, meaning suppose if there are A, B, C, 3 partners and they have to pay the creditors a sum of 10 lakhs. Okay. 10 lakhs. If this ABC is not able to pay the loan of 1 lakh to the creditors, okay, B and C's personal property will be taken to settle the debts. That is why they say jointly. Jointly, any 2 partners' personal properties will be taken to repay the debts, or severally means all the partners together, A, B and C, all the 3 partners' personal property will be used to settle the debts of the creditors. Okay. So, joint means any 2 partners jointly have to settle the debts, and severally means all the partners together have to settle the debts. Okay. It depends on the agreement. Now see here, every partner is jointly and severally liable for all the acts of the firm. It means that in case the assets are inadequate for meeting the claims of creditors, even their personal property should be made available. The creditors can recover their claims from all the partners. Okay. Now, liable for any loss to the third party. Now, if any of the partner incurs because of his act some loss has incurred to the firm or to the third party, okay, in that case all the partners has to compensate that loss to the third party. Okay. The firm is liable for any loss caused to a third party because of his wrongful act done in the ordinary course of business. It means that every partner is liable. Okay. Say for example, A, B, C are partners. Because of C's negligence, some loss has incurred by the third party D. Okay. Even though the act was committed by C, all the 3 partners together should make good the loss incurred by the third party D. Okay. Next one, liable to third party to make good the loss, meaning if the company ABC has received some money from D, or a machinery, a big machinery they have hired for the purpose of the business. Okay. And because of some misuse of the machinery, some damage has been caused, which is the cost of machinery is very high. Okay, very huge amount. In that case, because of the negligence of the partners or because of the negligence of the staff, the machinery has been damaged. In that case, all the 3 partners has to compensate the loss to the third party, okay, for the assets, for the property. Now see here, where a partner receives money or property from third party on behalf of the firm and misappropriates it, then the firm is liable to make good the loss. So you have three liabilities of partners. First one is joint and several liability, liable for any loss to third party, and liability to third party to make good the loss. Now in this joint and several liability, this question is very important question. They may ask for 3 mark. The partner's liability is unlimited, but you should mention it is joint and several liability. Okay, sole trader's liability is unlimited, partner's liability is unlimited, joint and several liability you should mention, okay, when it is asked. Next one is types of partnership. Now before starting this, you should know the difference between partner and partnership. A, B, C, they have decided to run a business called Sunrise Limited. Okay, Sunrise Company. Now this, the name under which the A, B and C is doing the business, we call it as partnership firm. Partnership firm. Okay, partnership firm. Now individually A, individually B and individually C is called as a partner. Okay, hope you understood the difference. The collectively we call it as a firm and individually we call it as partners. Okay, now we'll see what are the different types of partnership. You have 4 types of partnership. First one is partnership at will. Then you have partnership for a fixed period of time, particular partnership and limited liability partnership. Now these two are very important. Limited liability partnership for 3 marks, and what is particular partnership and what is partnership at will also they may ask 2 mark question. Okay, so these two are very important. Now partnership at will. Now if a business is formed to carry on for a indefinite period of time, the time limit is not mentioned, then it is called as partnership at will. Say for example, if the ABC partners, they enter into an agreement to do a business, but the time limit when the business will come to end, okay, that is not specified in the agreement, then we call it as particular partnership. Now in case of this particular partnership, if they want to close the partnership business, the partners have to give 14 days notice period to the other partners. Only then they can come out of the partnership firm. Okay. Now I'll mark the answer, that alone you learn and write. Okay. Partnership form to carry on the business for an undefined period is called as partnership at will. No time limit is specified for the continuance of the firm. Okay. It is to be dissolved when the partner gives a notice of his intention to dissolve the partnership. This is enough. Okay. Now, next one, partnership for a fixed term. Now, in this type of partnership, they will mention their term, the fixed time limit. Now, after the time comes to an end, after the period gets over, the partnership comes to an end. Okay. So that is known as partnership for a fixed period. Okay. Now, where a partnership is formed for a defined period of time, it is known as partnership for a fixed term. The partnership for a fixed term comes to an end on the expiry of stipulated period. But if the business is continued even after the original fixed period, it automatically becomes a partnership at will. So after the period gets over, if the partners continue the business, then it automatically becomes the partnership at will. That means they have to give the notice and then dissolve the partnership firm. Okay. Now, till this you write, that is enough. Okay. From the beginning till this. Next one is particular partnership. Particular partnership means the partnership which is formed for a particular task. Say for example, if partners A, B, C, they enter into an agreement to form a firm for a particular task or for a specified task. Say for example, construction of bridges or construction of a building. Okay. In that case, after the construction work is over, the partnership comes to an end. Okay. Only for a particular venture or for a temporary period they enter into a partnership agreement. Okay. Now when a partnership is formed to carry on a particular venture or a business of a temporary nature, it is called as particular partnership. Such a firm lasts so long as the business agreed upon is not completed. So till this you write, it is enough. Okay. And it comes to an end on the completion of particular venture. Okay. Next one is limited liability partnership. So this is very important 3-mark question. Okay. Limited liability partnership. I told you partners liability is unlimited, joint and several. Unlimited liability. Okay. That means if the business assets is not sufficient to repay the debts of the creditors, the individual partner's personal properties will also be used to repay the debts of the creditors. Okay, but in case of limited liability partnership, the liability is limited, meaning while entering into the agreement itself, they will specify that only the business assets will be used to repay the debts. That is, their personal properties will not be affected. They will not use their personal property to repay the debts of the creditors. It will be specified in the agreement, limited liability